No, we hear you. Sunny, I don't hear Sunny anymore.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear it now.
Oh, perfect. The trading day was very nice. Light positions, still, getting back to the rhythm.
That's good. Today was, I think it was a fairly easy day, to be honest. Trade at least it was for me. Well, I started off with the bang this morning. I was able to catch, I believe, almost 40 points on ES with the runner today, which was really good. About $2,000 on one contract today, which was pretty good. I had about 3 grand on one trade, which was excellent.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, that was a good one. Early trade just to get it out of the way, honestly, always helps. Clean up some of these levels before we start, and I'll share my screen. It won't take long. I'm probably not going to be interested in trading tomorrow morning session due to the FMOC. I don't expect, unless we show right out of the gate, and I'll tell you the level we're going to watch for in the morning. I'm not expecting a lot. I want to see what they do here, especially at the first sigma as we arrive here. All right, I just cleaned up some levels, and then we'll switch here shortly. We'll hide this fella here. All right, let me know when you guys can see it. So there's a couple of single prints here that we have. So you have the D period single prints, right? So you started today, and hopefully you guys were kind of paying attention to what's going on. I'll go actually on 2 ticks here for a moment. Let it process here. Takes a moment. Here we go. All right. So today, I mean, it was a really potentially good setup, and they were telling you something right out of the gate. And do you guys see it? This is where we opened right here, right? Okay, this is just doing some square stuff now. Let's not do the drawing. We opened right here. So what were they telling you immediately?
That they were okay trading there for a little bit.
Okay, but what does it mean in terms of the value? We opened below previous day value, right? If this is our value here and you're opening below it, you're rejecting the top.
Yeah.
So they're telling you, yeah, this is not fair. Then they came back, right? And then if you look at the individual, points here, if you go split the blocks, make it a little bit bigger. So here's your A period, right? When you see them here, A and B, we have a poor high. And then, right, the B put in a higher low, and then the C period kind of went lower, and then the D period's basically where you have set of single prints, right? And these would be your key levels for tomorrow. You're going to have these levels right here, and I would draw a nice little zone here, right here between high, so 5, 15, and 16, and then I'm pretty sure we have another M period spike is going to be here. Right. Is there anyone on the call that doesn't understand the spike? If you don't, we'll have a class this Sunday, and we'll go over a little bit market profile with some more scenarios. But spike is basically the last 30 minutes when the price deviates from the value. And at this point, you see the L period low. And these are just 30-minute candles, right? So if you're to go on 30-minute candles, you'll see now each one of them would be 30 minutes once I enable them. So that way you guys can see it. And you see that each one of these letters here is basically 30 minutes, and that's where your single print starts. So don't overcomplicate it. It's fairly visual. And where does this end? Where does the spike end? This is the base of the spike. This is where the spike started. Where's the end?
5063.
Okay. I was kind of setting you up to see if you guys bite on it, but you did not. So the bottom of the M period is right here at 50. I have it at 5065. You might be right because I might be on 2 ticks here. So we'll check, make sure. But yes, so it would be the bottom of the M period. The N period is the settle period, and it does not really matter. Okay, it matters for the settle and to manage and to know if the inventory is net long or net short, and that's the only reason it would matter. Okay, but here, yeah, it seems like it's a 50-65. Just FYI.
Thank you.
Okay. So what would you guys want to see tomorrow when you look at these levels? What do you guys want to see tomorrow?
I'm gonna see if it gets either below or above that 50-65, or even if it's bullish and get above the 50-87, where it
Right. So
opens at,
yeah. So ideally,
to
we
see if
want
it's
to.
validated.
If we're able to crack about 50-86, right, that would be pretty good. Right? There's a high chance, and then they would potentially push this all the way. I have this POC that's cumulative. I don't even know how many days now. It goes back to April 12th, so about, call it 18 days or so. And I have it right sitting at 101-ish. And then there's a lot of, I would say, levels in between here that you should be aware of. But this will be the first potential target that you guys should have. I'd suggest that you guys validate where is the value area low for the month, right? Because it might have shifted, right? Considering how much volume you've had over the past couple of days, it might be a good idea just to bring it up to make sure that it didn't shift. And if it did, that you have it, because that, is pretty much done. And we'll go to ATH here, and you guys will be able to see that shortly. And you guys see where's the value area low? So it was here at some point, or maybe I never had it marked properly, but right now it's a 50-11 with the POC being right at 104, or call it 106. So I will most likely have this level right here, and I will draw a nice little zone here, and I would be considering taking profit in this zone here. Okay. You guys know about the value area low of March. If you guys remember, this was at one point, it was bullish above. I don't want to confuse you guys. I'm going to take that off. And this Fed POC goes away. That's supposed to say Fed VPOC. Okay, so now you have the levels. I would say the major levels here are what you need to know, and that seems to be the high. Let me just check RTH real quick on this one. See if it shifts anything. No. Actually, the value area low is even lower, like somewhere here. I think it was somewhere. Okay, so if you're able to crack 86, I'll probably target. You would have a little bit of congestion in 94, not much, because here they rejected it, and then you're looking to see what else can they do, and then you have February POC. So if they crack 86, probably can catch 20 points to the upside, right? And that would mean they're rejecting the spike, that the price action is not being accepted below, and that'd be a very, very bullish outcome. And now when you look at it, this is one of the first months, right? When you look at this, that we closed what?
Made a lower low.
Well,
Frame
we made
down.
a lower low, and the framing started, right? And basically, this is the first time, and I don't even know how long, right? So this was your framing down right here, and look where we closed.
Yeah, they brought it all the way down to like where the trend traders would be entering. So
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, they
interested.
closed right inside the monthly, guys. So monthly's in balance, right? And then if you guys check on the weekly time frames, if we shift this guy to the weekly, this should be pretty telling as well, I would say. Just gonna hide everything so you guys can see it. Here's your weekly. You guys remember how we talked about this when value area high shifted, that they need to potentially go up, and then we had that zone. Do you guys recall that zone 53.50 when we talked about it? If you don't, I'll bring it up here real quick. It was a huge level. I even brought it up to you guys on the monthly TPO. Do you guys recall this?
53.50?
No, 51.54 to like
51.
51.57 was a huge area. because there used to be single prints here, right? On the monthly period, and no longer are there single prints, but they haven't really broken it to accept the price of the monthly halfback. This would be your monthly halfback here, right? So half of the month's price action is here. So now, when you think about the price action and everything that's happening, they have a really strong chance to visit the bottom here, right? So tomorrow, let's say they clean up, they break, they're not able to go above 87, or if they go above and they fail here, that would be great. Then you want to pay attention to the PDL and see how do they react here, right? Do they crack this 55? If they do, then you know what is the next level that you guys would target? Anyone? What about this one? Yeah, I mean, this would be your mini level for a bounce right here. You would have this. This is your previous week value area low, because now you're back in balance of the 2 weeks. So it'd be a 3-week balance that they're building. They tried to build value, right? They tried to build value above the 2 weeks higher, and what happened?
Got rejected.
They got rejected. So now if you got rejected, and of course you got rejected on this POC nicely today, then you have a really strong chance, you know, you would have this, I would say 44, and then you would have this 37 to, I don't know what it was, like 30, 33 and a half zone. So here you're not looking to initiate too much short. If we crack the 63 out of the gate, and let's say we start breaking down the key level that they've fought to close above, then it changes the perception, and then we're looking to go here potentially all the way. If they crack 37, there's not much besides, you know, fixing this right here, which would be the liquidity, and then April value area low, and that'll be a really, really big zone. And then below that, you have this massive zone, I believe, from the monthly timeframes that we're looking for support as well. So right now we are back in balance pretty much monthly, weekly, and then you saw the daily as well. I would say that's the only one that we're not really in balance right now. Let's see, make sure. Okay, well, they're not too far. They closed almost inside of the value area low here. But definitely a weird profile today. Okay, so tomorrow it's about open. If they can open and reject this 86 higher, that's very bullish. And I would suggest that you guys really wait till 3:15 to trade tomorrow. In the morning, it might be like shit, but if you see that they're breaking these levels, let's say they're breaking this blue dotted line, might be a good short to drive all the way down and enjoy it. And I would not have a trail here. If I was to play this, I would just play, if I take the 64, give them a level somewhere in between, you know, whatever you can handle in terms of the risks. Give them that, but don't trail it. They will hit this level if they break 63. They will most likely go here. And here you also have a VPOC, just so you guys know. Okay, should be pretty easy day tomorrow, guys. And don't expect a lot of points on your moves tomorrow. I would suggest that you be humble and take your opportunities. But if they crack this tomorrow within the first 30 minutes, they're gonna hit this VPOC here. So I would definitely keep an eye on that tomorrow. But besides that, I would not force too many trades tomorrow, especially with the Jerome Powell speaking tomorrow. You really don't want to be exercising too much capital tomorrow. At least I will not be, but your guys' call, your money.
We're below that in ETH right now.
Oh, right now? It's not cash, but
A little bit.
Oh, so they will bring it up to this. If they wanted to execute this properly, so let me show you. If they wanted to execute this properly, and if you look at the, you know, the 30 minutes, I'm on 30 minutes just looking at 5 days worth of data. Pay attention to how well they re-added on their shorts. Just keep looking. Let's say, you know, they're in balance right here. They basically balanced right here. And then this is the candle that started the trend. I say this one here. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now pay attention to the price action, how they did it. They came here, started aggressive, re-added to their position right here. They added massively. Look at the delta. Another big order came in at 82, followed by another aggressive seller here. And then look at this here. They brought it back up 77 right at 4 o'clock. I think I even told you guys they will do this right before we left. And then they dumped it. But now look at this right here. It's a pretty massive order, guys, to come in right at 4 o'clock at the bid and price. I mean, rejected heavily from there. So I would make sure you guys have this level on your charts tomorrow, 50, 70. If they come here tomorrow, right? If they do some crazy stuff and they come here, pay attention to what happens here. This is not a bad short here based on the footprint. So I would definitely watch that they drive it up to even tonight. I would expect that they drive it up to this level here overnight, 65, and then, you know, what's 5 points higher. This is level I'm watching from footprints here. It'd be really interesting to see what they do. Delta was pretty massive here, about 4,700 negative, and it's all in one order that came.
Shorty, instead of a short covering rally, tomorrow if FOMC triggers a deep sell, what is going to be the most critical level for a big sell to come?
So it's going to be that 63 level, man. Like right where the single prints are. They're not going to hide much tomorrow. It's the 65, 63 zone. Once they crack that, that's done. If they're able to crack, let's say 50, like this zone right here, things are going to speed up below the April value area low, because then you're looking for much deeper values. Where's the next big value that they're going to accelerate? Because if you're breaking the monthly, you got to think about that. They're looking for something deeper in terms of discount. So then you look at this and you're like, okay, well, if this is my April value is at 13, you have, I believe this is February POC sitting right here where we bound 76. This is, I mean, just chart the levels, right? You have February POC, you have January value area high, you have this level here, February value area low at 40, and then you have January POC. So if they can crack through this zone here, which is pretty massive zone, right? If they can crack through this zone here, this is going to fly down. For me, the biggest level is going to be, I would say, if they want to accelerate this, 49.75. They crack this, you know, there's a chance they can hold this, but I would ultimately expect us to visit somewhere around here, 47.85. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I'll trade in the morning a little bit, see how they do, just because the spike, because I like trading spikes. And then if I see that it's boring, I'll step away, let J-Pow kill people, and then we'll hop back in at 3:15.
Thank you, Shorty. Good night.
Thanks,
Have a good
man.
night, guys. Bye-bye.